G'day everyone. It's HR headaches time again, and this time it's about addressing harassment and bullying in the workplace. Let me start with a question. In your business, if someone was being quietly bullied, would you actually know? And would you know what to do about it? Most harassment and bullying in small workplaces doesn't look like a dramatic blow-up. It looks like slow erosion. Sarcasm that never stops, constant eye-rolling in meetings, leaving someone off the email list one too many times, jokes with a sharp edge that everyone is expected to laugh at. Over time, that kind of behaviour wears people down. In a big corporate, there are usually policies, HR teams, and legal departments whose job it is to deal with this. In an SME, it's often just you, a handful of leaders, and a group of people who all know each other's kids' names. That makes it both more human and more complicated. So I want to walk you through a simple three-part framework: prevention, identification, and resolution. It isn't perfect, but it gives you something solid to work with. First, prevention, setting the standard before something goes wrong. Prevention starts with being crystal clear about what is and isn't acceptable. That means a written policy that uses real examples, not just legal language. Spell out what bullying and harassment look like in your world: repeated put-downs, exclusion, deliberate sabotage, unwanted comments about appearance or sexuality, abuse of power. Then you have to actually talk about it. Build it into onboarding. Revisit it at least once a year. Make sure everyone knows how to raise a concern and who they can go to if the problem is with their direct boss. Multiple reporting channels matter because sometimes the bully is the manager. Training helps too. Short, practical sessions on respectful behaviour, how to give feedback without tearing people down, and what to do as a bystander. People cannot follow a standard that they've never seen modelled. Second, identification, spotting the early warning signs. Many targets of bullying don't come forward until things are really bad. They worry about being labelled too sensitive or fear retaliation or don't want to rock the boat in a small team. So you look for patterns. Someone who used to be engaged starts withdrawing. They stop speaking up. They avoid certain colleagues or areas and start taking more sick days. Their performance drops and you hear more self-blame than usual. On the other side, you may see a person who always seems to be at the centre of tension. They single out one colleague for jokes, criticism, or impossible deadlines. They defend themselves with, "I'm just being honest," or "they need to toughen up" whenever concerns are raised. If you hear similar stories from more than one person about the same behaviour, take it seriously. That is often your smoke signal before the fire. Third, resolution, acting quickly and fairly when a complaint lands. Once someone has been brave enough to raise an issue, how you handle it will be watched closely by everyone. Start by listening. Thank them for speaking up. Don't promise a particular outcome, but do promise a proper process. Then investigate. Talk to the people involved, document dates and examples, and keep the circle of knowledge as tight as you can. Confidentiality is both a legal and a trust issue. If misconduct is confirmed, consequences need to be real and proportionate. That might be a formal warning and mandatory training for less serious but genuine issues, right through to termination or involving authorities where there is serious harassment or threats. The one thing you cannot do is look the other way because the person is valuable or hard to replace. That's how you lose everyone else. Just as important is supporting the person who is being targeted. That might mean counselling options, regular check-ins, some temporary adjustment to reporting lines or seating, and a clear message that they are not the problem for speaking up. When you handle these issues well, you send a strong signal. This is a workplace where people can expect safety, respect, and fairness. That is not just ethically right, it is a competitive advantage in a tight labour market. Good people will notice. So, coming back to the opening question, if someone was being quietly bullied in your business, would you know? And would you know what to do? If your answer is, "I'm not sure," that is your cue to get some basics in place now, not after something blows up. Well, thanks for being here. Please take a look at the extended article that's linked below. And if you'd like to discuss this and your business, give me a shout. Happy to help. Cheers. Hope to see you later. Bye.